And we're live. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the
Yo.
stream. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Anyone that's coming in at this time, thank you so much. Take time out of your day. Anybody watching this on the replay, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. And what's going on, Jake? How are you?
Not much. I'm good. It's game day. Once
It is.
again, last game of the
What's
preseason.
going on, SM?
Preseason
Yes,
finale.
it is. And hopefully, we squeeze out a win. Tonight, Russ is coming off the bench. They're gonna
Yeah.
experiment with him as the sixth man. So that should be interesting.
Very,
What are your
very
thoughts on
interesting.
Russ?
And we have no AD.
Yeah, no
I
AD.
don't know. I don't think it's gonna be anything permanent. I think they're literally just trying to try something out to see how it works.
Yeah,
I don't think that they're looking to like this is gonna be the final lineup. Like once it's all said and done, the season starts. I highly doubt Russ doesn't start. Like it would be kind of I don't want to say foolish, but almost foolish from Darvin Ham's perspective not to start Russ. I think, in my opinion, but I think me and you actually have the unpopular opinion when it comes to Russ. So,
yeah. I think Russ can work. Like I've always said though, is that like I think they operate Russ as the sixth man in many ways. Like
yeah,
I do. I really think that you're gonna see Russ probably play some minutes with the starters and stuff like that. But I do think that there are going to be times where he does come off the bench, not starting wise, but just being a guy that
yeah,
runs primarily with the bench unit. Because he would benefit the most. If you could put a couple shooters around him and also a couple just young athletic style players, I think you can really benefit from Russ, and you can kind of let Russ be Russ more,
yeah,
because the big problem is like when he's running with LeBron and AD, he can't really be Russ. Like he has to play within the system, within the scope, things like that. But when he's running with the bench units and he doesn't have LeBron and stuff, then he's able to he could be free, and you can kind of like the things that are bad. You can kind of that people always complain about, like turning the ball over, just
yeah.
him kind of playing reckless at times, stuff like that. You can get away with that more when he's running with the bench unit because it's the bench unit. It's not, you don't need it to
Well,
be
there's
as
more
straight
room
up.
for mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. You don't
Like
need it to
AD
be as
is not
straight
going
up.
to be turning the ball over.
Yeah,
Not as much. LeBron's not going to be turning the ball over. So it's like, you know,
yeah, and I do. I just think I think that like you can benefit more from Russ, and like good luck to any bench unit in the league. Like imagine being a backup point guard and you have to guard Russell Westbrook now. Usually
yeah,
usually that's not what happens. Or if you do, it's for like small doses. It's not for like a good chunk of the game where you're like
yeah,
trying to guard Russ and just bench lineups in general. You know,
yeah.
um, but yeah, what let's say Russ does end up moving to the bench full time, right?
Mhm.
Who would be your starters? Who would be your starters in that case?
Mm. Ooh, that's a hard one. I would go if Russ goes to the bench, I'm gonna go Patrick Bev at the one, Nunn at the two, LeBron at the three. No, sorry, Walker at the three, LeBron at the four, then AD at the five.
Okay, not terrible, not terrible. I think it depends on what lineups you want. So
Yeah.
like, I actually think like so if Russ was to go to the bench, I think like a starting five of like none. I think the best starting five would be like as far as like versatility, matchups, shooting, a little bit of everything would be like Kendrick Nunn, Walker, LeBron, AD, and Bryant.
Okay.
I think you got size there with AD and Bryant. You get AD and Bryant could both shoot the three ball.
Yeah.
You also have Kendrick Nunn that can shoot the three ball. He's our best 3-point shooter. You have LeBron James who can now shoot the three ball. Also, because of the bigs able to stretch out, LeBron and Nunn and even Walker can get to the paint. You get that big, long, lengthy Walker that can guard multiple positions, stuff like that. So I think he'd be very good defensively. I think he'd be good offensively. I wouldn't mind if they did Patrick Beverly, um, just for like that spot up shooter and
Yeah.
just defensive guy, because then you'd have a pretty good. Like I think if you, it depends on what you want. I think if you want to go sole defense,
Yeah.
I think you go Damian Jones, Anthony Davis, LeBron, Walker, and Beverly,
Okay.
because I think that gives you two great defensive guards, and then that gives you two defensive shot blocking bigs, and then you got
Yeah.
LeBron James kind of orchestrating everything. Um, and then I think if you want to go small, then that's when you'd go like LeBron, or sorry, AD, LeBron at the 5 and 4,
Yeah.
Walker at the 3, maybe Reeves at the 2, and maybe none at the 1.
Yeah.
Um, and then you kind of, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter between Reeves and none who you start or whatever. But I think you go that. So then you have good size, you have good shooting, you got floor spacing. You got the dominant factor that is LeBron James or Anthony Davis at the 5.
Yeah.
Like I think that lineup could work against like the Warriors or the Clippers. You got
Okay.
your biggest, longest wing defender, a guy that can create his own shot and get to the basket. You get LeBron guarding 4s. You get Davis at the 5, who is a mismatch, and then you get uh, either none or Beverly at the 1,
Yeah.
um, for the shooting and just defense, and then Reeves just plays so well with the starters. I think you go that, like, that's what I've been saying. Like I know a lot of people don't really want Reeves to start, but I don't think you'll get a better Reeves than when he's with the
Yeah.
starters. I just think he plays so well with the starters, and everybody else on this team is going to probably play the same regardless. Probably
Yeah.
all going to be like none could get you 20 whether he starts or comes off the bench. Patrick Beverly is going to give you the same production whether he starts or comes off the bench. Walker, same thing. Like all of the other guys are going to give you the same production regardless. But Austin Reeves, I don't know if he's ready yet to be, because if you're bringing Reeves and the bench guy, you're having him as like a ball handler and just like that point, not point guard, but like you're probably playing him in like a point forward position more likely, just
Yeah.
because we have so many guards, and I don't think you can maximize him as much as you could otherwise.
And I don't think he gets better. Like if you bring him off the bench, I don't think he gets better. I don't think he improves. I think he improves a little bit, just because he's definitely gonna get more play time because of what he did last year. I know Darvin Ham is probably gonna play him, even though Darvin Ham wasn't coaching us last year. I know he's gonna play Reeves more than Reeves played last year. If he's been doing his homework and saw what little like numbers Reeves put up, but if you just saw the productivity from Reeves last year. So yeah, I think you're right on starting him, or if you're not going to start him, at least let him play with the starter guys on a different, like later on the game in a different rotation. Talk to me about Schroeder though. Talk to me about Schroeder, and so do you just prefer Schroeder and like Beverly not to run the offense as a first choice, or no?
No, I don't mind that. Well, one, Schroeder, who knows? There were reports that came out that they're worried Schroeder might be out long term. That I guess apparently he's got a finger injury. Um,
Oh,
so, and they think he might be out for a while. If that is the
okay,
case, then that does hurt. But even if he is healthy and he is ready to go, I like Schroeder, and Schroeder, AD, and LeBron, they have history together. Not only do they have history together, but last time they played together, the three of them together were a plus 15. So that's a positive too, as well, stuff like that. But I don't I don't like the idea. I don't mind you playing those three in spots. Um,
yeah,
I just think the big issue last time was when you tried to have Schroeder run the show. There was the same problem in many ways that you had with Russ, is
yeah,
that LeBron's your best point guard. LeBron is the guy that you want to have the ball in your hands. But when you have a guy like Schroeder who is best with the ball in his hands, running and operating that point guard, it's kind of redundant. Like that's the problem with Russ. And
yeah,
so like guys like Kendrick Nunn, Patrick Beverly, guys like that, yes, they can initiate the offense. So if LeBron wants to play off the ball in moments and doesn't want to be the main primary ball handler, you can
Yeah.
have Nunn orchestrate and run the offense. You can have Patrick Beverly orchestrate and run the offense. And then, if it's significant time or you're trying to close out a game or whatever, kind of let LeBron run point and you're fine because you have Beverly and like Nunn and guys like that can shoot off the ball.
Yeah.
Kendrick Nunn, 38%. Patrick Beverly has shot 38% before. So like you basically always have one of those guys that can shoot and play. They're essentially perfect complements off LeBron for point guards.
Yeah.
And so with that, I think that they would be the best fit. And then you have, Schroeder sort of coming off the bench and being that, backup point guard guy in spots. Or, the only concern is you can't really play Schroeder and Russ together.
Yeah.
So if, it might come down to it to where you might have to start Schroeder just to get him his play time.
You said Schroeder and Russ together?
Yeah, you can't play Schroeder and Russ together.
You don't think those two work together?
Nah, they tried to do that in OKC and it was terrible. Because neither of them can shoot, and both of them are very similar. Like they're more of like slash and get to the basket type point guards. Like if Schroeder could shoot like 36%, 37% from three, then yeah, maybe you can make it work. Problem is, here we go, game time, baby. Problem is that he does it. He shoots like 34%, which is like around league average, but that's not good enough to have, basically two guys that are the same player in many ways. Just Russ is just the better upgraded version. So yeah, I don't think you could. I don't think that would work very well. Transition might work well, but then you got to create turnovers. You got to get the rebounds. I wouldn't be shocked if they tried it. They experimented with it a little bit, but I don't think long term, ideally, that would be the best, personally.
Yeah. Speaking of Reeves starting, I think Reeves is starting tonight, if my vision is correct. Yeah, it looks like Reeves, Patrick, LeBron. Oh, I cannot see.
You got Damian Jones and then Max Christie.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Good defense. Better shot. But yeah, I think they got everyone starts Sabonis. Sabonis was a nice pickup for the Kings. I actually really like the Kings this year. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs or anything. But I think they're just a really young, fun. Oh, good ball move, good dime. I think they're a really young, fun team that just work really well. Like, damn, they called timeout already. That was fast. Good ball movement though. But this is what I'm talking about here. Look, Damian Jones with the outlet pass. Reeves is so good as starters because you got like Reeves he makes the right play every time. Like that was the right play.
No, he does.
He really does. I really think Christie might get minutes this season.
Christie?
I really do.
I could see that. I could see that.
His defense, what's going on, SM? How you doing? Noah, how are you? Appreciate you. Y'all. Some people were saying new season this and that, but I knew that was going to happen with Westbrook. I mean, the season hasn't even started yet. Like I said, I can't put too much into preseason, and plus it was one bad game. You know what I mean? We can't. Like I always say, you can't get too high on the highs. You can't get too low on the lows. You got to keep things in perspective. We'll see. We'll see how the Russ off the bench experiment works. I still think he starts. I still think he's going to play, with the starters. But Russ, 6th man of the year. I actually look, if he embraced the 6th man of the year role, I really think he could win it. Because like night in and night out, he's a guy that could give you a 20-point triple-double off the bench. Name me another 6th man that could come close to that. Like a lot of the 6 men can score points and shoot. Tyler Hero will give you, 25 off the bench and stuff. But like a guy that could give you, 25 10-10. There aren't really any out there.
Why Tyler Hero is not starting? I don't know. I would start him, but
There's
that's
talks
just me.
about him starting this year. I'm curious to see if they actually do. Bev, Nunn, Lonnie, Braun, AD, Bench, Russ, Dennis, Russ or Dennis, Reeves, JTA, Winion, TB Jones. Yeah, I don't mind that either way. Bev and Nunn, Lonnie. I mean, you'd have your bench. My only concern with that, and the reason I don't really want to start Bev and Nunn together, is because those are very likely your two best shooters. And so when
That's a
they're out of the
weird
game, you have
combination.
like no shooting. Like Russ and Dennis
Yeah.
aren't going to provide much shooting. Reeves is hot and cold. JTA is hot and cold. Winion can't shoot, and then Thomas Bryan can. So if you go that route, that's my only concern. Like all of your shooting is in the starting lineup. So like your starting lineup's going to be great from three probably, but
Yeah.
other than that, like you're in trouble. Kings should have kept Halliburton. Yeah, I don't really understand that either. I mean, a lot of people don't, but Sabonis has looked good for them. And I mean,
Mike
to be
Brown.
fair, they like if anything, I think personally, and this is just me, I think they should have traded Fox. I think they would have gotten. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Fox isn't that good. He's not. If he's the best player on your team,
You're not gonna give him. Well, yeah, but you're not gonna give him. I can give him a little time. Give him like I give him a little time.
In the right situation, I think he could be pretty good. But I mean, he's a great scoring guard. He's a poor man Ja Morant, is what he is.
He's very hyper. Very hyper.
He's just fast paced, running. He's a poor man Ja Morant, poor man Russell Westbrook. Just super fast, hyper athletic, likes to run, likes to attack the basket, stuff like that. I'm not saying he's a bad player or anything. He's definitely good. I just don't think he's the guy. You know what I mean? I think he's more of like a complimentary piece.
No, I wouldn't say he's a guy either. Mike Brown has been coaching for a long time.
Yeah, very true. What's going on?
Riverside Slim.
Appreciate you. How you doing?
What's going on?
Appreciate you.
I don't know if you're from Riverside, but if you are, I am from Riverside as well. So
nice. Would you trade Russ and one pick for Fox? If that was a possibility, yeah. I don't think the Kings would ever do that. But
wait. So you're telling me you would trade Russ and a number one pick for Fox?
Yeah, just because of the youth, you could probably get more for Fox. Like I still don't think Fox would be a good fit with this team, but he's younger. His value is probably worth more. He's a guy that like I think you could. I would do it just one because you move off of Russ. Two, you get a young point guard that many teams would like. Like I said, he's not a bad guy, not a bad player.
No,
he's
good.
He's a guy that like I think you could trade him to like the Knicks and basically get like whatever you want. Like
Reeves again, if another assist to LeBron, another one.
He said he's from Manhattan. I thought about it yesterday. Nice. But got to Braun. Ooh, don't do that. Good hustle. See, that's what I'm talking about, Max Christie. What do? They called a foul? If they called a foul, that was a late foul. Or they called a shot clock violation. I think they should call it a shot clock violation because Braun didn't hit the rim. But that was a good play by Christie. Yeah, it's a shot clock violation because they counted it as a turnover. Ooh. Oh, they called it on the ground. Okay, good. Was it harder watching last season of the Lakers, JC4 or Holloway Dance? Probably JC4. JC4 is probably one of the worst, if not the worst movies I've ever seen. That movie was awful. Holloway Dance is pretty close, but yeah.
Blanca, no spoilers. I haven't seen it.
He hasn't seen the movie yet. But good shot. But yeah,
is Fox playing tonight? I haven't. Is he?
Yeah. They have all their starters out there. They're playing everybody.
So
Good shot
I
block.
think they said AD was having back tightness again. That's what the
Yeah.
reports were saying.
If I'm being
Or
honest, I
back
just think
back tightness. Yeah.
I think it's preseason and they're just not worried about it. I mean, Darvin Ham said he's definitely playing. He's definitely playing the first game of the regular season.
Hey,
So
how much of a backseat do you think LeBron takes this year in terms
not much.
of but in terms of not necessarily leadership, but in terms of like on court control?
Ugh, that turnaround is nasty. I mean, LeBron. The good thing is LeBron's really improved his shot. Oh, good
Yeah,
defense. Good block.
that turnaround was nasty. Oof.
Yeah, he made two
That's that
effective.
MJ Kobe type.
See, that's what Damian Jones brings you. You'll see it in a second. I think you're a little behind me.
Yeah,
But
just a little bit.
yeah, yeah. What Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I distracted by this.
No, you're good. You're good. Oh, you're watching LeBron's turnaround in slow motion.
Yeah, those turnarounds are nice. But yeah,
Yeah, no, it's clean.
LeBron taking a back seat. I think he does to an extent. Um, but him improving his shot, I think really helps because now he can score. He doesn't have to exert as much to
Yeah.
score as much. You know what I mean? We saw that last year. Like he didn't have to put his head down and get to the basket as much as he did in the past. So I think that really helps. Um,
And because of age too, I think it's a good idea because if
yeah,
you notice throughout the seasons, every season, I think his driving percentages, like the amount of times that he drives to the basket decrease and decrease and decrease. But that's natural because at his
yeah,
age. But like you said, his shot has improved. His shot has improved tremendously. I mean, he's came a long way from the days of like Cleveland, you know.
yeah, for sure.
Um, so to say the very very
Oh,
least,
here's Russ.
Russ is coming off with the energy.
The man is in done. LeBron needs to step back on court control or a team's potential drop. I'm sorry, he is more likely to fail in pressure situations than most. LeBron? You know, LeBron is the all time leader in clutch minutes and points, right? LeBron is the clutchest player in NBA history. Um,
I'm not even
so,
trying to play devil's advocate, but except for free throws, that's the only thing he just
yeah, free
except for
throws are
free
terrible.
throws. But everything else, I think decision making when it comes to clutch decision making, I'm 100% agree with you on that.
Well, even
He
just
can make
shooting and scoring, he's literally statistically the greatest ever. He also has I believe the most game winners ever, or most clutch. He has the most clutch points, the most clutch um, uh, shots, and I believe he's the all-time leader in clutch makes too.
my
Um,
all-time favorite LeBron clutch moment was when he faced the Warriors in last year or 2 years ago. I want to say no, not last year. Sorry, 2 years ago, for the playing game, and like Draymond had just poked him in his eye. I think it was Draymond.
yeah,
Just poked him in his
good
eye, and
time,
he had like
good time, Russ.
he said he was seeing like three buckets, and he
Yeah,
shot that three from like almost half court, and he nailed it. And I like put the dagger like that right there was yeah.
yeah.
That was my favorite LeBron clutch moment.
Mama, there goes that man. Russ off the bench makes perfect sense. I think starters is best with shooters and defense. Yeah, but I mean, you also need to put speed and shooting around Russ too. Like you need him to have that also.
Yeah.
They're letting see like they're playing the 2 man game. Yeah, I mean, look, I like what we're seeing here with Russ. Patient, good step. Ooh, missed it, but I like it. He didn't force it. He created the space. Good time. Let's
Russ.
go. Ooh, where's the foul? Oh, okay. Good. I was about to. Ooh, wee. Ooh, wee.
Rush trying to be Steph with that step back
Yeah.
though.
What starting lineup did Ham use? He did Pat Bev, Max Christie, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Damian Jones. Damian of Jones.
That was tonight. We'll see what he does on Tuesday against the Warriors, but
See, that's what I'm curious about too. Like,
yeah.
what's going to be our starting lineup?
And
Tuesday.
and does he keep it? Does he keep it, or does he do what we kind of talked about, switch it up per matchup? You know?
I think he does. I think it'll fluctuate based on matchups.
Yeah. See, I wonder if that's healthy though. Like during playoff time, I kind of
Did
wonder
I
if
say
that
did I say
that's
AD?
healthy.
I meant Damian Jones. Sorry if I said AD. Sorry, it's been a long day. I'm tired. I am, man. I'm sure. But yeah, no,
I just don't know if that's healthy though. You know what I mean? If you switch it up constantly, depending on matchup. Well, because here's the thing: when you get to the playoffs, you're going to be playing one team for potentially 7 games. More than likely not, but let's say 4 to 6 games. So then at that point, I guess do you make adjustments on the fly, or do you just stick with one starting lineup throughout the whole series?
um, I mean, for cohesiveness, you definitely want to have as much consistency in the starting lineup as possible. You really do. Like you want
What
to
if it's
have
not working though? What if you're down 2-0? Or yeah, what if you're down 2-0?
like talk about playoffs or like in the first two regular season games.
Well, yeah, all right. So playoffs. So let's say we get to the playoffs, and let's just say we're playing. I don't know, Mavs. I don't know. Let's
Yeah.
say we're playing the Mavs, and like we're down. We go to Dallas, and we're down like 2-0. But it's not because hey we lost by like close games. It's like something in that starting lineup is not working. Do you switch it up, or you just let the guys play and
Yeah, in that
figure it
case,
out?
yeah. I mean, yeah, if it's like, especially if you're talking playoffs and stuff like that, like um, you got to start like making adjustments and changes. Like if there's a bad matchup, something like that. Say you're starting Austin Reeves, but his matchup is against, say we're playing the Warriors and Clay is killing Reeves. You can't keep that matchup. You gotta
Yeah,
swap it up. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I think it depends on the matchup. I think it depends on is this working, whatever. But that's what. But I like even just throughout the regular season, you want there to be some cohesiveness. Like you don't
yeah,
like last year we were like second or third in different lineups last year. Like you don't want that because there's no cohesiveness. There's no way to like learn and build off of each other, stuff like that. So
yeah,
the problem is that like if you're constantly changing the starting lineups and stuff, how are guys supposed to figure each other out, build off of each other, build that chemistry, build that relationship when it's like I don't know if this guy's going to be here tomorrow. Now, obviously, you want to capitalize on matchups. So, like I said, if you're playing the Warriors, then to capitalize on that matchup, you probably want to start AD at the five. If you're playing whatever you're playing like the Jazz, then yeah, like start then run your normal starting five. If you're playing the Kings or somebody that you play your normal starting five, I think it just depends on who's what the matchup is and how is the unit looking.
yeah. Makes
I think
sense. Makes sense.
big thing.
We
Why
got
is
some
our
pick and
man
roll
starting
action
Christie?
here for
I
us.
know it's preseason, but what's the point of benching Russ for Max Christie? We had defense, and he has like Walker and many others out today. Like, so they don't have. They're kind of thin tonight. So Christie's getting the start. Plus, I really think Christie is going to get some rotation minutes. I really do. I think he's like his defense is great, and he actually takes care of the ball, stuff like that. It's just, his offense is a problem, but everything else he provides is really good. I know he's a rookie, but Christie's offense is terrible. Not even his defense can cover up that at this point of his career. Yeah, but he might be the best on-ball defender we have. As crazy as that sounds,
You
like
think
if you
so?
watch, if you've watched him play all these games, he's on it. He is on it. Like he just has a good feel defensively. Good feel defensively. Where's the foul? There you go. Really good at closeouts, really good at recovering, really good at the help defense, all of that stuff. Like he's really good. Um, Especially for a rookie, which is
Would
insane.
you? So you would say he's better than? I don't know if I would say he's better than Bev, but not by much. But I would still put Bev
I
over
don't
all of
know.
them.
Look, Bev is a
Or do you just
is
think
a,
he's decreasing at this point?
no. I just think Bev has always been a pesky defender. He's never really been an elite
That's true. That's
ball
true.
stopping defender. He's just so persistent and just nag that he's relentless. and that's why like a lot of people say like Pat Bev doesn't really play defense. He does because of his relentlessness.
Well, that's
But
part
it's
of
not,
defense, though, being
yeah,
pesky, being
exactly. But it's not like he's not a lockdown. Let me stop this, that, and the other. Like Christie is like a great defender. Like he's good on the help defense. He's good on reads. He's good at recovering. He's good at fighting over screens. He's good at fighting under screens, and he's got good length so he can recover. When he gets beat, he's right back there. I just think that just he's very defensively sound. His offense is an issue, though. Is an issue. I don't think he's going to start or anything. Like I don't think he's going to, I don't think he's going to play ample minutes. Like I don't think he's going to play 20 minutes a game. But I wouldn't be shocked if he's able to carve out, a couple minutes here and there, especially like late, early in quarters, like like the first, second, maybe even the third quarter. Like he'd be a great guy to just like say you're up 3 or you're down 3, and you need some stops to close out a quarter strong, stuff like that. Like he's a guy that I think you could put in there, and like you don't really need him to score. You just need him to stop the other team from scoring. Oh, good defense, good switch, good recovery.
Well, we none. No, I was just saying. I mean, we all know defense wins championships. So I don't know. I think that. How do you feel about? And I'm asking this because like greatest defenders of all time. Where would you put like? I don't know. Where would you put? Why can't I think of his name? I cannot think of his name. The glove. Clippers. Kawhi Leonard. Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard. Yeah.
Yeah. Where would you put? Where would you rank him like defensively all time?
Defensively,
yeah.
He might be a top.
Because I have him one of the best defenders of all.
Yeah,
time.
He might be a top 5 defender ever. Top 5. He's at least I think in the top 10. But I mean, you've had a lot of really good defenders in
no. I'm not saying he's the best
ever.
Like
I mean, Scottie Pippen, Tony Allen, like I mean Gary Payton, but Kawhi, his size and length and just his mitts. The reason they call him glove is because his hand is literally like this big. Like his hand is like one of our hands. I think he's got to be top ever. But yeah, I think Kawhi with his giant glove, very Gary Payton-esque. Who has impressed you the most so far in the preseason? Probably Lonnie Walker and Max Christie. Just for his defensive game. Kendrick, the reason I don't like, I'm sure a lot of people would be Kendrick Nunn, guys like that. Thing is I've been saying from day one, that this was Kendrick Nunn. He's a guy that go get you 20 a night. So it's not like surprising to me or impressive to me. But look at Russ. Oh no, that was JTA. Never mind. I'm sorry. But Russ is another guy that's impressed me. Like I know a lot of people really like knock Russ and stuff like that. But the fact that he's willing to commit and closing out and playing defense and willing to come off the bench, stuff like that, that's been probably the most impressive thing to me. Like, has it looked perfect? No. But the fact that he's trying, a guy that's, played 20 years without, anything like that. And now he's just trying. I think like to flip on that switch and for him to be able to pick it up so fast, I think has value in and of itself. And it deserves, recognition. It really does. Starters. Yeah. I think, I actually think that's probably the best lineup.
Nunn, Lonnie, LeBron, AD, and Jones.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best lineup the Lakers could have. But
run none at the one. That's interesting, though.
Oh, did I miss the question? I missed this one. Are you surprised We haven't seen any former NBA players try to get in the NBA yet, WNBA, like Joanna Man, like the movie Joanna Man. I wouldn't be shocked if that happens one day, sooner or
That'd
later.
be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Could be if there was a player scoring consistently, yeah. Or promoted better. I mean, even MLS is promoted better than WNBA. Yeah, they've really ramped up WNBA marketing the last few years. Gary
Oh yeah,
Payton is the glove.
absolutely.
Yes, correct. Kawhi is the claw. The claw. Yes, thank you for that correction.
Oh yeah, thank
Um,
you.
Kawhi has more steals than fouls. That's amazing. He does. That's what I'm saying.
That
Like
is amazing. Yeah.
that dude is like that dude's got to be top 5 all time. Like
Yeah.
defensively, like that dude is a monster. Like him and Scottie Pippen might be the two best all around defenders ever. What happened to Russ? Russ hurt himself? Uh-oh.
I can't say for sure.
Why
I
did
didn't
Russ
see
leave the
anything.
game? I don't know. That's what I'm finding out. I didn't see it. I was looking at the
I watched the replay. It didn't look like it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I don't know. Maybe he just tweaked his ankle or something. They're just gonna go check. I don't think it's probably nothing
Ooh,
serious.
that was a tough screen. You saw that?
Yeah, probably nothing serious.
Hey, we got Gabriel in. Shout out to Nunn for knocking down that three, even though it was after the call.
Yeah. Come on, Lakers. We've either won or tied every first quarter. Good defense.
I'm not like I said, I'm not upset at this energy because it's like that we see because it's like
Yeah, they're
okay
they're
now
looking
now
much
if we
better.
start the first game of the season and we still look like this, like yeah, we're in trouble. But
I like how he came out today so far. What happened?
no,
Uh,
it's not bad.
Damn, that's 2 straight threes that none has made that they took away because of
Jeez,
careless.
I know he's probably like, come on.
Think it was an ankle tweak. He'll be back. Okay, good. Yeah, like I said, I didn't get to see it because I was looking at the chat. But got to. But what a couple things I want to see though too is like I need to see, uh, like them play better in third quarters because last year the third quarter was our Achilles. The third quarter killed us. So we definitely need better third quarters this year. Just and just closing out quarters. Period. We had a really hard time closing out games and closing out quarters, and we really need to get that back on track.
Maybe go 4 guard lineup in the third quarter then maybe just to get that run and gun offense like you want.
Yeah, I mean if
Maybe.
they can make it work, make it make sense. Like I know a lot of people thought it was terrible, the last night, or the other night, but it was one game. Everyone played terrible,
and that's not a real tester, you know.
Yeah, we can't just assume, that like teams are going to be bad year in year out or game in and game out stuff like that just because of of one bad game.
Man, Mike Brown has been coaching for so long.
He has.
Jeez. It's LeBron playing against his former coach. Yeah.
Sorry. Come on.
Rebound.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like, we got to do a better job of closing these out. Good corner pass, good shot. JTA's look good for us.
Yeah.
JTA might be a gem, might be a real gem for us. Like seriously. Ooh, right back. Got to start fighting over those screens, not under those screens. Every time they fight under a screen, they end up getting beat. Good move, Reeves. You didn't finish. You got to finish those, but good move. Damn. He's lighting us up.
Yeah, Reeves should have finished that.
2 in a row.
I know he's shooting like none.
Yeah.
I want to see none shoot another three because
No, you made 2. Come on, 9. You're doing too much. God, doing too much.
yeah.
Ooh. Got to cut back on that. Come on. Got to do a better job than that. Much better job than that. But no, I mean the energy looks better today, but we're still not looking too good. We gotta do a better job on closing out. Things like that. Like we really do. We got to do a much better job on closeouts. I want to see that. Everybody has shooters, but us. I think we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Not everybody. There's some pretty bad shooting teams in the league. We can't, but you have to remember is it too. So if you're down ever again, you have motivation to play better. Yeah, definitely. What else? Warriors would have kept JTA if they didn't have to pay everybody. I think so too. I think that was like their loss is our gain type thing. I really do. I think that's exactly what that is. That was they had to get rid of some people, so he just kind of became the odd man out. And I'm very thankful for that. JTA is very solid for us. Very solid for us. I mean, I think we have good depth, good, overall guys. Like, my fear is consistency. Like, that's going to be the big thing. Like, can we consistently be good night in and night out? Because we're only going to go as far as we consistently play. And that's
absolutely.
Without LeBron and AD, we suck on offense. Problem is like we don't have anybody right now. You don't have Schroeder. You don't have AD today. You don't have Westbrook because Westbrook tweaked his ankle and is out right now. You still don't have Brown. You don't have there's a lot of guys we don't have. So you can't. We can't.
For tonight, when LeBron goes out, you're just gonna have none and.
You have like Nunn and Reeves trying to generate all your offense. But yeah, other than that, I think we'll be all right. Got some more stuff. Okay, Coach Ham, let's stop tinkering and decide on a lineup, my man. I'm sure he will. I'm sure whatever the lineup is come Tuesday, that's what it'll be.
And I think too, at the beginning of the preseason, you have to everything gets like delegated to like, all right, you're gonna play this game. You're gonna be on the floor for this game. It's just one of those. Like, I don't necessarily think this is solely about just testing out lineups. Yeah. More so, like he's not just everybody doesn't get played just because, like I said, it's just really to get your feet wet. Honestly.
Yeah, you don't want to kill your guys, stuff like that. But I mean, look, I would rather them trial and error stuff now than trial and error stuff in the regular season. You know what I mean? Like, so
the Kings are shooting our lights out.
Yeah, they are. They're shooting lights out for sure right now. If LeBron and AD were on the Kings instead of Bucks bonus, where do you think you'd rank them? I think they'd be one of the better teams. I think they'd be one of the better teams for sure. I hope this is just preseason. LA gets right when the season starts. This team looks awful on both ends. Yeah, right now they're not looking too good. Not looking too good at all. The suckage is immense. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're not looking too great right now. I'm going to say this just like I do with NHL. It's just the preseason. It's the best time for trial and error now. If you do it regular season, it could lead to disaster. Exactly. That's my point. I'm with you 100%. Like, we got to be able to, to test stuff out now, get it right, figure it out, and then be done. Like, I'd much rather Darvin Ham do what they need to do now and get blown out every game, then like they try to tinker and figure it out during the regular season. Now it's a mess. Now we're like, I just
Yeah.
think it could be you'd be setting yourself
Like,
up for a real disaster. Is my
like
concern.
I'm sure by now is he already has the starting lineup, and we'll see it. It'll get released, but I'm sure, like I said, by now he already has a starting lineup. This
Yeah,
is just more so for,
offensive.
like I said, yeah.
Ooh, I call the blocking. Ooh. 80 only played 3 games. Yeah, yeah, he only played 3 games. Um, Season's over, man. Season hasn't even started. Relax.
I know, it hasn't even
And
started.
I think that stuff is hilarious. People like season's done, it's washed. You gathered all that from a preseason game, huh? Just start with Braun, 80, and Russ. We already know that is a winning trio. Don't overthink plus minus because more to do with defense. Yeah, I think I do think that those three are lock starters. I really do. At least for a good sample size.
The
At least
Bucks are the Bucks are 0-4 in the preseason.
yeah, I think Bucks are 0-4. Nobody criticizes it. Look, I've said this, I don't know how many times. I did a post-game live stream and I had to like argue with the entire chat. Like, go look at all of the good teams or all the teams that are supposed to be good this year, and look at all the teams that are projected to be bad this year. And all of the bad teams are the ones that have the best records in preseason. All of them. Because I mean, the Kings went undefeated last preseason, and they're probably going to go undefeated this preseason. Like, because they're the ones that have deeper, younger talent. They're the ones that also have guys that are actually playing for roster spots. You got to understand, everybody on the Lakers team right now, they all know that they're on the roster, or our rookies know that they're not going to make the roster regardless. So
Yeah,
nobody is going out and giving 110%. But like the Kings, their bench guys absolutely are, because they still have a chance to make the roster. They have a chance to make somebody else's roster. They have a chance. Like the
exactly.
Lakers are already locked in. Same thing with the Bucks. Same thing with everything like that. Like that's just how it is. Like usually the teams that are lackluster or projected to be lackluster, usually they're the ones that have the best preseasons, and then the teams that like the Bucks don't win games, stuff like that. I already got one.
Not to mention,
Kings.
we're over one, aren't we? And the roster, we're
We
over
have
one,
one
right?
open roster spot yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, one yet. Kings have a decent roster, but Fox and Sabonis ain't taking them anywhere. I don't think so either. I actually think Sabonis was a great pickup for them. I'm not sold on Fox. I think he's a good, not great player. I think he's a guy that, like if they had like a real like guy on that team, I think they could be really good, really scary. Ooh, like if they could get stop crying and go play some defense. Like if they could get I don't know, if they had like I think I'm trying to think of somebody that could kind of let Fox be Fox. Like I said, to me, Fox is like a poor man Russ, poor man
OKC.
Ja. Ja
You could put
Ja
him on
Morant.
OKC.
Um no, but there's like he needs some, like if they had like a Kevin Durant, I think this team would be a legit scary contender because they're
The
young, they're
Kings.
fast, they're deep, they're everything. You have Fox and Sabonis as like complementary guys. I think you're great. Um, but they don't have that like go-to guy, that go give me a bucket guy. That guy they need somebody like that.
Yeah.
Um, do you want to take back your Lakers or contender comments? Nah. I mean, I've never said that they're a lock contender. I've said that I'll take my chances, which I will.
Yeah,
They
no.
make the playoffs. They
I'm
take
not
my if
taking it
they
back.
yeah. Hey, look, like I said, if they make the playoffs, watch out. Preseason showing glaring holes in our team. Yes, correct. But better to learn that now than throughout the course of the season. So that way you can make adjustments, make changes. I mean, assuming that they're changes and adjustments that you can actually make. Please like, share, and subscribe to these handsome young men. That is right. Thank you so much, Emily. Really appreciate you. Quit flirting.
Thank you.
I really do appreciate that. And yes, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Tell your friends, tell a dog,
Absolutely.
tell a family member, whatever. Come on, make layups. But yeah, don't forget to like the video. It really does help during the stream. It helps after the stream, all of that stuff, and help us grow the channel. Me and Jake are here working very hard. trying to grow this channel, and it's coming along. Jake's been so kind to do different clips and stuff every day. So make sure you check out the clips too. Really appreciate that. All that stuff, all that jazz. But yeah, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. You guys know the drill. What are we at? We're at 26. We're at 2666. That's nice. Can we get to 2670 today? That'd be nice.
Let's do it.
Worst case scenario is Lakers will be the sixth man. It will be sixth in the West. So just calm down, and I don't even root for the Lakers. Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking to the one over here, the Savage. Look, 21 Savage. This guy's a troll. He's always in my comments. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, worst case scenario is I think Lakers are a 6-4 seed. Like, people also failed to realize that like there are a lot of really bad teams this year. And there's a lot of there's a lot of teams that are really going to be trying to tank out, really trying to tank out.
Yeah.
Man, they look terrible right now. I would like to see a big lineup for a quarter. I would too. I really would too. Problem is we don't have a lot of our like lengthier guys.
No.
Don't. It's clear they will be lucky to make the playoffs, let alone championship. Sure. No, I would argue. No, the Lakers will be fine. In fact, better than most things. I agree with that. I do.
Yeah.
My only thing is like, let's let them play a couple regular season games before.
That's what I'm saying. We're not even out of the preseason.
Yeah, before we decide what is going to happen.
I've had so many people in my ear like, we're horrible. I'm like, no,
just played a game yet. Like, what's funny is that like
these aren't real games. These are not even serious games. These do not count towards your record for the season. Well, it's like when you go to a job. It's almost like when you first get a job, like you enter the job, what's the very first thing you do? If you don't know what, you have to train, right? And when you train, you mess things up. You're just testing things out. You're kind of like on like autopilot. It's just kind of like that testing phase. That's all it is.
It's all about the trial and error. I'm excited for Lakers season, but why am I more excited for a Russ trade? Hey, look, I've said it. I've been a huge Russ defender. But like, if the right trade is there, you got to take it. Like, I'm not against the Lakers trading Russ. Like, people think because like I stick up for Russ that means like I can't talk. I had somebody in the comments earlier that are like, oh, because I posted the Woj news earlier, and they were like, oh, like, for somebody that sticks up for Russ so much, you sure as hell, are speaking out of both sides of your mouth because now you want him traded. And I'm like, I've never said I don't want him traded. I'm just saying we have Russ right now currently. He is making the improvements. He is making the adjustments. He's making the changes. Like, he is trying to improve, trying to be better. I don't want them to just trade Russ to trade Russ. Like, I don't think it's worth just trading him for the sake of trading him. I think there needs to be a purpose.
You've always said for the right trade. You've always said
exactly. There has to be the right things around him to do that. And again, Riverside, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about somebody that left a comment on the As It Stands Lakers, which I thought was funny. Christie is one of the worst guard shooters I've ever seen. He's a rookie. He's been in the league a week, literally 2 weeks.
Man, we got some tough people on the Lakers.
I know. It's just one person. Is Russ still in the locker room? Yeah, I mean, as of right now, from what I've seen. What a team, what a mighty good team. That's right. Seen it. Russ 2 first for Dame. If that could happen, I would love it.
Absolutely. I don't think, in a heartbeat, no questions asked. Yeah, sign on the dotted line.
I don't think it could happen. I don't think it will happen. No. The only way I could see that happening is if Dame really wants to go to Lakers. Like, if Dame went to Portland and was like, I want you to trade me to the Lakers. As much as Portland hates the Lakers, I really think they would do that for us. I really do. I really think that they would give Russ that chance.
But how do you feel about Dame in the situation right now?
That chance. You said what?
How do you feel about Dame in a situation? Do you think he should stick it out, build the team around him, and potentially be a competitor within the next 5 to 6 years, or do you think he should just abandon ship, get out, he should be go to somewhere where he can actually win? Okay.
He should leave right now. He should, because he only has so many years left. He's already starting to get injury prone. He's a small guard. He has probably 3 more years to really put himself in a position to win a championship. I think he needs to leave ASAP
before he gets to that Chris Paul stage where it's like, Yeah.
Yeah, like
Not quite there, but
I'm not saying he has to go to the Lakers, but I'm saying like he should go to a team. Like I would love to get news tomorrow that Damian Lillard was traded to like a legit team.
so you're
Like
not gonna kill him if he like just goes to already contender-ish team just
not
to
at all,
make sure he
not at
gets
all.
a
That
chip.
dude has proved how loyal. That dude has proved
Well,
how
yeah, he's proved he can carry teams to the freaking like
that dude has
playoffs. But yeah,
proved.
it's
Yeah,
not.
that dude has proved so
Yeah.
much. Like that dude deserves. Yeah, that
That's
dude
why,
definitely.
like, when Durant got like, see, that's why I push back on that whole Durant like going to the Warriors thing. I didn't mind that. I honestly didn't.
We're talking about practice,
Practice.
practice, practice,
It was
practice,
practice.
practice. At least let them play the opening game first, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. Like, look, if 10 games into the season they're terrible, then I'll say they're terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know how people can
No,
just tell
I
me
still
when.
think you got to give him 20. You got to give
Yeah,
him
I mean,
20
still, yeah.
games
I mean, it
at
depends on how bad
least.
they look in the first 10 games. But I've said a 20 game sample size will tell us everything we know, unless it's just like a total disaster. I mean, if we start 0-10, then you probably have your answer. But what I think is funny is that like all the people that say we suck and this, that, and the other, I guarantee you, if the Lakers start 2-0 and beat the Warriors and the Clippers the first 2 games of the season, all of those same people are going to be like, "No, I knew it.
Lakers
The Lakers,
Nation,
I
we
told
will
you." Like,
go championship this year.
it's
Yeah,
just how
of course.
it is. It's just how it is.
Yeah,
Look, I have no problem with people criticizing the Lakers. I have no problem with people pointing out flaws, things like that. But like my thing is like let's just wait and see. Like I don't like when people give like definitive like this is the Lakers are going to be the worst team in the league this year. Like how do you know that? How do you know that? Are you a time traveler? Are you fortunate? Like I don't mind when people are like, oh, the Lakers look bad, or this they need to work on this, they need to do this, they need to do that, or I don't think this is gonna like I don't have a problem with people like saying like I don't think the Lakers are gonna be very good this year. I have my concerns, stuff like that. Like that's fine to me. Like I'm totally okay with that.
yeah, yeah.
I just don't understand like the guarantees. Like Lakers are gonna be this, that, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
no,
Like that's my problem. Like,
no,
like
absolutely.
how are we going to be as bad as last season when the team was 11-10 with the big three surrounded by 7 players that are currently unemployed? Exactly. They're going to be much better this year than they were last year. Much better.
And the thing is, too, I think like you have to actually like for a lot of people who are saying that we're going to be so bad, you actually have to watch the game, see what's going on, see how individual players are playing before you just make like you said, a definitive statement. Say like, oh,
Yeah.
we're going to be so horrible, Yeah, no.
That's my thing. Like, let's give it an actual regular season. You can see the Lakers look defeated in this game. The Russ drama leaked in the locker room. So the Russ drama turned out to be completely fake. It was complete nonsense. So there's actually video of like Russ. He was in the huddle. He breaks away and then goes and does his ritual, which he's always done in his career. And then in the Pat Bev thing, he was talking to the coaches about a missed defensive assignment. Now, the one thing I have said is I do wish Russ actually did run like when he went back. I wish he would have like just like showed face and wrapped around the guys and kind of like said whatever. The fact that he just like he didn't go and like immediately run to them. He like decided to go, just stand there with his hands on his knees. That was a little disappointing, but the drama wasn't real drama. It was fake news. Gary Payton, a second hurt, and if the Blazers lose a lot, you never know. Exactly. My point exactly. You do never know. Good. Let's go. He needs to risk being a villain and put a Harden if the organization refuses to work with him ongoing to his
I think you're
preferred
talking
team.
about Damian
Yeah.
Lillard. I think.
I really don't think the Blazers would do that. I think that everything that Damian Lillard and even the fandom, I don't even think the fans would blame Lillard. Like again, I'm not saying he has to go to Lakers or anything like that. I want to see him go to a contender. I would love to see him win a championship. Like send him to Milwaukee. Like let him and Giannis.
Yes.
Like,
if he goes to Milwaukee, they would be a guaranteed probably make it out of the East. I feel like.
I mean, I think so. Depending on what you give up, but yeah. I don't even know if Milwaukee can. I'm just saying. I just throw another
No,
team.
I
Like
don't
that would
think they
be.
have a cap space, but
I put this on Ham. We look
what
horrible. I'm pretty consistent. I don't think so. I look, like I said, he's
on
tested stuff.
Darvin Ham? Like I said, he has had much time as the players to
Yeah.
to kind of
Not just that. I
yeah
mean, we look great the first 3 games. Like,
yeah.
I just
We
think
haven't
we
really
gotta.
seen Darvin
Oh,
actually
good
look
dot.
like
Look, Austin
a
Reeves
fresh
is
fruit of
nice.
season.
And one. Let's go. Bryant looking good. I like it. Keen's going try hard in preseason because there's more Laker fans in Sacramento. The kids, like I said, it's usually the younger teams that are really trying hard. They're the ones that are trying their hardest.
Yeah, you just got into the NBA, especially if you're a rookie. You literally just got in the National Basketball Association, and you're trying to show off. Like
Yeah,
you're gonna play as hard as you want to play. Of course, you just became
yeah,
a professional.
exactly. Lakers in 4 facts. I think it's time for Lakers to part ways with Darvin Ham. This kid, the guy's been a coach for a week, right? Yeah, right. 21 Savage is definitely trolling. He's got to be trolling. He has to be. If this continues, the Lakers will be carving Darvin. These excuses remind me of last preseason.
That hashtag is gonna
when
start
everyone said
carving Darvin. That's crazy.
I still think the LA Kings will be the better team for LA during in the winter. Will be the better team for LA during the winter.
They're gonna be the third team in LA behind the Clippers and the Lakers.
Lakers is a disappointment again. Like I said, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let's play a couple games first. I'm hoping this is just an abomination. I mean, look, they look good in the first 3 games. Russ, hamstring injury. This team is cursed. Is that what happened? Did he have a hamstring? I haven't seen anything about it yet. At least any.
Yeah, I haven't heard any updates. I mean, we just won a championship a few years ago.
Granted, maybe they made an. I have the game on mute, so we don't get copyrighted. So, if Lakers are bad first 10 games, bro, please keep the energy you had all offseason and preseason. Please promise me what energy. Where I said I don't know if they're going to be good or not. That energy. I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't know. I don't know what energy you're referring to. Comeback time, right? It's time. It's time.
Right.
I respect Dame plus the extra money on contract is never bad. Yeah, agreed. Bro, it's going to cost the Lakers $47 million for peace of mind. High price to pay. I'm all for the Charlotte deal because I think everyone is done. NFL experiment, if not send them home. The Lakers can't afford to send them home, but I do like the Charlotte deal. Like if they could do the Charlotte deal and like not have to give up both first or give up no first, because like in that scenario, you're hugely helping the Hornets. It's no longer just like, oh yeah, we're doing you a favor. Like you're doing everything. You're taking on salary. You're helping them tank. You're clearing their cap space. You're giving them assets. Like I definitely think that. Ooh, let's go, none. So I think it's just, I just think it depends on what it is. But you'd get some wing help. You'd get, especially if you could get like PJ Washington, that'd be nice. And he'd just be a good trade asset, that you could flip elsewhere, especially if you could get Washington. That'd be real nice. I want to see if there really is any news on
None finally got to go down.
Russell Westbrook.
None making a 3.
Why isn't that updating? Dang, nabbit. But yeah, I think if they had to give up both first, who would you take from the Hornets? Nobody. If they have to give up both first, you walk away from that deal. You say, too bad, sorry. I just don't think you can do that. King finally missed some damn shots. Russell Westbrook left the game with the left hamstring injury and won't return. All right, that's not good. Hopefully it's nothing major. You also got to keep in mind
You're not taking LaMelo?
There we go. What'd you say? Sorry.
You're not taking LaMelo?
There's no way in hell that they're giving up LaMelo.
Well, if they did, but you wouldn't take him?
Oh, they would give up LaMelo. Yeah, trade whatever. Take your pick. You can have anything. Take
I was
whatever
about,
you
I
want.
was, I was about to
But
say, yeah,
they
easily.
ain't never gonna do that. Ideal. So like my in my opinion, the best Hornets trade would be give me Kelly Oubre, um, PJ Washington, and Terry Rozier. I know a lot of people want
I like
Hayward,
Rozier.
and I think Hayward and I understand Rozier's, he's another guard, but you're losing Russ, and you're basically getting another Kendrick Nunn and Terry Rozier. So now you got basically two Kendrick Nunns. You can always have one on the court at all times.
Yeah,
But also, I think
that
I
all
think
around player
having
that can do anything for you.
you said a player that can do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Hayward. My only concern with Hayward is one is contracted, two that dude cannot stay healthy to save his life. Make a layup. All these guys have missed so many layups. Like if he could stay healthy, he would be a perfect fit. Perfect.
Who?
Gordon Hayward,
Oh, okay.
he would be just great. They're more than good. They're great. Charlotte taking the balls in your court, too literal. One more, and they collected them all. Thanks. Buddy and Miles finally played good tonight. Did they really? I didn't. I didn't catch tonight's game yet. Um, who would you give up both first for from in the NBA?
That list is
Now I get the
endless.
notification. As far as like trades that are out there, I to me there aren't really any that are out there right now that I give up both first for. Um, I think, yeah, not like, yeah. I mean, because the problem is there's no like even as much like even the Pacers deal that everyone wants, right? Problem is that like if that doesn't work, you're screwed. You're stuck. You have no way out. You're over
If
the
what
cap,
doesn't work, the Buddy
or
Hill.
the Buddy Hield to Miles Turner deal,
Yeah,
or if Miles Turner just walks because he's a free agent, you're screwed. Like that's it because now all of your cap space is tied into Buddy Hield, LeBron, and AD, and you have no picks or assets to move off of those guys. You're screwed.
yeah.
So I just like that would be my biggest fear. I don't think there's anything out there right now that would be worth it. Now, if you could go get like whatever, I'm just throwing these out there. I'm not saying that any of them will happen, but like if you could get like a Bradley Beal or like a DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine, somebody like that, guy that could be a real game changer, impact guy that could really change the tides of this
A
team.
Jimmy.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. Then yeah, I would. I'd be more than happy. Honest question, bro. If a team will just absorb his contract to clear cap space, will you take the deal straight up, no picks or assets involved? Absolutely, because then you'd have a huge trade exception that you could go absorb multiple guys if you wanted to.
Whose
It would
contract?
he's talking about Russell Westbrook. Like
Oh,
if
okay.
I don't think there is a team that has the cap to do that right now anymore. There were like OKC could have at one point, Spurs could have at one point, but I don't think either of them can. I'm not 100% sure of that. I'd have to like check into it again, but I know a lot of teams kind of solve their cap space scenario. Uh, but yeah, like if for whatever, like if the Spurs could all of a sudden do that, then yeah, I would do
Yeah,
that. I would do that in a heartbeat. Just because, like I said, you still keep all of your flexibility, you still have all your assets, and you have a massive trade exception that you could use to go get several guys if you want.
yeah.
Because I really do think the Lakers are going to have a ton of options in the next like 2-3 months because you're going to have so many teams that you're going to have teams that are in the tank race that are like, let's just fully embrace the tank and are going to just not even the Lakers.
Start
I think a
offloading.
lot of like playoff legit teams are all going to be in a position to really capitalize on this whole thing because you're going to have a lot of teams that are just trying to unload and get rid of everybody to just embrace the tank. And then
And
on
you're gonna
top
have
of
some
that,
mini super teams next year. Watch like
yeah,
some
and
mini
then
super teams. Not
you're also
like
going to have a lot of teams that are really bad this year that that were supposed to be good. There's going to be that team, like whatever Chicago that like they think that they're a 4 to 6 seed, and it turns out they're like a ninth or 10th seed, and it's like all right, let's just blow this up. Like that's just how it goes. Every year there's that surprise team that no one saw coming, like the Cavs last year, stuff like that. Or there's that team that, that is supposed to be really good that's just really bad. Which last year there were several of those. Yeah, Buddy had 20 points in 20 minutes, and Turner had 15 in 20 minutes with 3 blocks. Okay. Not bad.
Not bad.
What was that, 1 of 4? 1 of 4 games? I watched the game, 2. They look solid. Only thing is, I just can't stand Buddy's defense. Dude, Buddy Hield's defense is like, it's just, yeah, it's rough. Which team do you think want to tank realistically? Off the top of my head, Spurs, Jazz, although I think the Jazz are actually still too good. Not in like the sense of like, making the playoffs or anything like that, but I just think there's a lot of teams worse than them this season. I think the Hornets are another team, the Magic. Those would probably be my OKC might even kind of embrace the thing. Imagine if OKC got Victor. Imagine having Victor, Chet, all those like that would they could be terrifying. Like you could be looking at the next dynasty. However, Sam Presti.
Milwaukee gets Victor.
Yeah,
they won't, but
there's only a way. But like if Sam Presti, you know what I got to do? I got to look into who owns all the draft picks and stuff of like other teams because I'm sure that there's a bad team or two or a team that's going to be borderline bad that their draft pick is owned by somebody else. Like, and imagine if that happened. Like, imagine if like
how mad they would be.
Yeah, I mean, you make a good point. Like, imagine if like Milwaukee owned. I don't know what picks they have. I don't think they have any. But like, imagine if Milwaukee just had, like the Spurs pick this year. Like that would be terrifying. Imagine them going and getting Victor. Like, man, good luck.
Yeah,
good luck. You got Giannis and Victor on the same team. That literally would not be fair. Good rebound. Come on, let's close this strong. They got it to what? They're 23. Never mind. I missed it. I liked it that one. Look at these guys. Awful. This is rough game. I mean, it hasn't helped. The Kings have shot lights out.
Yeah.
Like literally, they have shot lights out. What do you think about the NFL starting in international division, increasing draft by 2 rounds? I wouldn't mind that at all. The only concern is like how does it get too diluted? Like can you find those gems or not? Yeah, I don't mind it. I wouldn't mind it at all. I would like to see like an international division or expansion, stuff like that. Like the NBA's talked about that. The NFL, they've talked about that, especially with like all the international games and stuff playing. I'm all for replacing as it stands for Lakers GM. Thank you. Even the Rooks aren't playing hard this game. It's absolutely embarrassing being down by almost 30. I agree. Yeah, this has just been a rough game. This is not how you want to close out preseason for sure. Even if they lost, at least have it be a competitive game.
Oh yeah, make it competitive. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish LA got Mike Brown as the coach. We've had Mike Brown and it was terrible. Mike Brown, there's a reason Mike Brown has jumped from team to team to team. He's a better assistant than he is a head coach. Let's go, none. Now we're only down 21. We almost made that. Dang, that would have been nice. But yeah, overall, this was a rough first half. Rough indeed. But again, we'll see. We'll see how the rest of the game goes. But anyway, that being said, we're gonna skate on out of here as usual. I appreciate all of you hanging out, watching the first half of the game with us. Real quick, we'll answer the question: who would you trade for Magic, OKC, Spurs if it was Russ first and second round pick? Spurs, I'm not completely against the whole, Josh Richardson, Doug McDermott, and Portal, or however you say his name. I just think that a lot of like Josh Richardson is probably the best in that. McDermott, getting like a poor man's Buddy Hield, I guess, and like
Yeah.
from OKC, I don't think OKC would trade any of their guys. Just because they got so many young, talented guys. But if you could get like with SGA, like that would be fantastic. Like if you could do that, I would love that. Which they might end up. You never know. They might end up like if they're not doing too good this year, and they're just like that young team that's just struggling. I could really see, them like having that be a thing. So like where they like let's move them. The Magic. If we could get Jonathan Isaac, because they don't really need Jonathan Isaac and it's kind of redundant, I would love that. It would be a big risk, but if he can like get back to what he was before injury, that dude was legitimately looking like a star, like that, like in the making. Like if they could figure out a way to get him, that'd be just French kiss or whatever, chef kiss. There you go. But anyway, again, we're going to skate on out. If you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Help us grow the channel. We really appreciate it. Don't miss my usual post-game live. We'll do that over on As It Stands Lakers. I'll do the post-game live when the game is over and all that stuff. So stay tuned. Look forward to that. But again, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Any last words, Jake?
Nope. Excited for the start of the season. We'll see when it starts.
Yes, and don't miss Monday's stream. We will have a stream on Monday, and on Monday we'll definitely break down the upcoming season and stuff. So look forward to that. But anyway, again, we will see you all in the next.